Hey guys, and welcome to my first ever Rogue PvP videos for beginners. In this video I'll be going over my spec, my glyphs and stat priority and forges. So let's get started. In the first tier you want to take 3 out of 3 and improved ambush, because this increases your ambush crit ability by 60% and damage 15%. So this means that once you're fully geared, your crit on ambush will be 100%, so your dancers will always hit hard. And then in the second tier, you want to take 2 out of 2 of elusiveness, because this reduces the cooldown of Vanishing Blind and Cloak of Shadows and combat readiness, so that's really good. And 3 out of 3 in opportunity. And then some people like to put 2 out of 2 in waylay, but I tend to open with Shiv anyway, so the 50% movement with speed is a bit wasted. But the other part of it is pretty good. But yeah, that bit's up to you. Then you want 3 out of 3 in energetic recovery. Basically just boosts your recuperate by a lot and provides you with your energy. And then you want 2 out of 2 and 5 Define Weakness. Now this is like the most OP ability ever, because 70% armor reduction is fucking sick, basically. Then you want Hemorrhage, obviously. And then this is where the 2 points in waylay will come from. So if you decide to go 2 out of 2 in waylay, you only want to go 1 out of 3 in Honor Among Thieves, but if not, then put all 3 in. I prefer to go with 3 out of 3, just so I always get the extra combo point. Then you want Premeditation, always. And then 3 out of 3 in Cheat Death. This is amazing for saving your ass when you get Switch to in a stun. You want Prep, obviously. You want this one as well, Sanguinary, whatever the hell that says. That talent. And then you want 3 out of 3 in Slaughter from the Shadows. This just lowers the combo, lowers the energy cost of your ambush and backstab. So, and Hemorrhage and Fan of Knives. So it basically makes ambush spammable. And then you want 1 out of 1 in Shadow Dance. Next you want to put 2 out of 2 in Coup de Grace and 3 out of 3 in Lethality. And then you want to follow up with 2 out of 2 in Quickening. And then the next 3 points you can put either 3 out of 3 in Puncturing Wounds if you want to go backstab spec. That basically means that your main attack is going to be backstab, so that's the attack you're going to be spamming. Or you can go 1 out of 3 in Puncturing Wounds and 2 out of 2 in Improved Recuperate. This is still sort of backstab, so you will occasionally use backstab. I tend to use this build because I backstab out of Fine Weakness, but then Hemorrhage the rest of the time. This just increases, it basically just gives you more energy because you're using Hemorrhage while not bursting, so you have more energy for gouges and stuff. But it also gives you improved recuperate, which increases the ticker recuperate 1% and reduces damage taken by 6%, while still giving you the crit buff from Puncturing Wounds. But if you want to go full out Hemo build, you want to put 2 out of 2 in Improved Recuperate and 3 out of 3 in Coup de Grace and 0 out of 3 in Puncturing Wounds. Okay, let's move on to glyphs now. Glyphs are a pretty important part of your gameplay as they enhance quite a lot of your spells. The main glyphs, the prime glyphs you want to get are Glyph of Shadow Dance, which increases the duration of your Shadow Dance by 2 seconds. This is your main burst and ability, so any extension to that is great. You want Glyph of Hemorrhage, which applies a bleed, which are 40% of the hemorrhage damage. Now, it hits pretty much nothing, but it allows for the talent Sanguinary Bane to work without having to put Rupture up on your target. Sure is great. And Glyph of Backstab, which when you crit you get 5 energy back. So this basically just means that if you're backstab spec, then your backstab will be close to 100% crit anyway, and your backstab will cost about 35 energy on average. And then your major glyphs that you're going to want are Glyph of Blind. This is pretty much essential, because if you don't have this glyph, your blind will just break on any dot damage, and it's a 2-minute cooldown and you can't have that because it's wasted. And then Glyph of Garrote. This is awesome for killing healers and also for locking out pesky spellcasters like mages and such. And then Glyph of Prep, which puts kick, dismantle, and smoke bomb on your preparation, and that one's also key. So there's no other options for your glyphs really as a rogue. It's kind of sad, but you know, whatever, it's all good. And then the minor glyphs that you want to get is Glyph of Blurred Speed, which enables you to walk on water while sprinting, which is really good for RPGs. Glyph of Safe Fall, which makes you be able to fall further without taking damage, and Glyph of Poisons. So if you're a noob and accidentally forget to put your poisons on in an arena and then realise halfway through, it'll only take you 3 seconds to put them back on instead of 6 seconds, you know, which is always helpful. Okay, that's it for glyphs. Time to move on to reforging and stat priority. To move on to stat priority, as a rogue, your primary stat is always going to be agility. You're going to want to stack this as much as possible. After agility, it's your 4% hit, and then it's 40% crit, and then 20 expertise, and then crit after that. So when you're gemming, you're going to want to put every single gem is going to be 40 agility, apart from the gem in your shoulders, which is going to be 20 agility and 20 crit. This is because agility is your primary stat and it is much better than crit or any other secondary stat that you could get from filling the socket bonuses. So yeah, you want to stack the shit out of that agility. Next, I'm going to talk about gear in your rogue. As a rogue, all you want to do is replace PvP gear with PvE gear that has more agility. If the PvE gear has mastery on it though, you probably don't want to get it because mastery as a sub-rogue absolutely sucks. What I've gone for on my rogue is Valor Shadows and the unused trinket as my trinkets, Firm Vengeance as my weapons, and the Batwing cloak as my cloak. I've chosen these 4 pieces of PvE gear because they offer more agility, and Valor Shadows is just great if you're a human. I'm not sure if you're not a human if you'd want to go for it. It's just entirely up to you. Personally, if I wasn't a human, I probably wouldn't get it because the proc isn't that good after the nerf, and you're probably gonna want to use the unused demand burst of the unused trinket. So that's it for this guide this week, guys. If you've got any other questions, leave them as a comment. Next week I'll probably be going over Rogue CC, so you can look forward to that. Yeah. Remember to check out TGR, which is the gaming route. The link's in the description. Check out my friend Harris and Williams. Their links to their channel are also in the description, and the link to the music is also in the description. And I'll leave you with the rest of this battleground. So enjoy. Thank you.
Enemy down. Copy that. get any worse than this, can it?